Alright, I'm gonna show you one of the laziest ways to make gold in the game. As you know, certain enemies such as Dredge, Svanir, Skritt and so on have a propensity to drop loot bags, which usually contain valuable crafting materials. A lot of players choose to sell these on the trading post directly instead of opening them themselves. That way they get a guaranteed profit and aren't as reliant on RNG. And they only have to place a single sell order instead of being forced to list every single of the contents individually, which also tends to avoid that annoying warning message when you place too many orders too quickly. Thanks to websites such as GW2Fortune and GW2Profits, we also know what the average value of all of these bags is, allowing us to decide for ourselves whether it's better to open or sell them. Some of these are also sold at a discount, making them a great opportunity for some really lazy gold making. Because why wouldn't you want to buy a bag, open it, and make some profit by simply relisting the contents? Please note that I'm breaking about every trading post and gold making rule in this video by instantly buying bags and immediately reselling all of the contents. This is just to show the proof of concept. I'll explain what you actually want to do later on in the video. When you're using either website, also make sure you're selecting the right filters. If you want to instantly buy stuff, make sure you enable the sell price instead of the buy price, because you don't want to end up overpaying, especially when placing multiple orders. Ideally, you want to get a few buy listings in. For this, try to focus on bags with a moderate to high volume every 24 hours. The chances of your order getting filled will be higher when 70k bags switch hands instead of 10 per day after all. This will also allow you to still enjoy the game instead of being forced to sit at a trading post all of the time. Simply place a few buy listings at the end of your gaming session and check back the next day whether any were filled. If you want to be more active about it, you could then decide to relist any orders that weren't filled as long as the price remains reasonable to do so. I personally always account for a 15% safety blanket on anything I actively buy or sell through the trading post, because you don't want to get caught out and make a loss because you forgot about the trading post taxes. I've done that a few too many times when I was learning how to make gold, and it's easier to mess up than you think, especially when you're buying multiple quantities of items and are only processing them later on. Now, once you have your bags and open them, do not do what I'm doing here and go for instant sales. The only exception may be if there's like a 1 copper difference between the buy and sell prices. All of the items that you will get from these bags have a really high velocity, meaning thousands will switch hands every day. A sell listing will therefore net you more gold in the end, and you usually don't have to wait too long either. A great rule if you're selling stuff on a trading post is called set and forget, because every time you cancel and relist a sell order, you're losing a 5% listing fee. Now, selling the contents directly isn't always the best thing to do either. Often you can squeeze out even more profit by crafting these materials into different items. But deciding what to do with each of them might look like an impossible task right now, especially since there are hundreds if not thousands of crafting recipes, and not even all of them are unlocked through a recipe sheet. Some of them you need to discover on your own. Luckily, there's another website that will do all of the heavy lifting for you. GW2Craft Gold has a tab on top called Ingredient Cell, where you can type in your ingredient and the website will tell you what the best course of action to take is. There are some limitations to this system, as you can't look up multiple ingredients at the same time. But this should be a decent enough alternative for anyone who doesn't want to make their own spreadsheets. And once more, make sure you check on the top left whether you'll be buying and selling items directly or be listing them instead. This will not only impact the overall profit, but also the amounts of items you want to craft. Oh, and if you get these green medallions, don't throw them out. Either list them on the trading post as you'll still get some silver for them, or combine them in the Mystic Forge as you'll have a chance to get back an upgrade, crystals and orbs, or even an amalgamated gemstone. I know I'll inevitably get a question why I'm sharing this, as some will think I'll be ruining the prices. I don't think that'll happen, to be honest. Not only have these methods been employed by tons of players throughout the years, so this is basically already public knowledge, but I also believe a lot of people won't want to bother doing this for the long term either. So this is a great opportunity for you to make this part of your daily routine by checking the website 5 minutes before logging out and placing a couple of orders. This will probably let you start off your next gaming session with a bit of extra gold. If you have any other comments or questions, you know where to type them. And on your way there, like and subscribe would help me out a great deal.